Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 17 of Aokana,蒼の彼方のフォーリズム. Last time we had our start to the training. We didn't see much of it though, but I'm sure you'll see a bit of it the next day. As for the day itself, we had a little interesting talk between Satouin and Shindle, where it's hard for me to explain how I felt about that interaction. Like, it feels like there's something deeper there, but at the same time they kind of just showed what how they act towards each other, I guess you could say. Not much else really happened. As mentioned, we didn't really show the training, so no idea how the first training day went. I'm still quite confused on how to think about Shindle. He keeps saying and doing things that I wouldn't expect from him and his position, especially the last thing he suggested. And obviously, as you can tell from Shion's shaking, he's in the same position in terms of wanting to do what Shindo wants to do. Yeah. Like, I kind of expected this type of situation to happen. It's more about how far are they going to go about it, and will there be any repercussions from their actions. I'm actually quite curious to see how far is this going to go. Yeah. Anyway, just as a precaution, I guess I should just do this while I'm other way around. Keeping that mixed up. More. It's just easier to edit afterwards. Okay. So yeah, let's see where this is going to lead us. Shit, he was shaking from joy. I'm screwed.
ではどのように侵入するかシミュレーションしてみよう。
Yeah, he says, let's do sorry, let me just hear that one time.
ではどのように侵入するかシミュレーションしてみよう。
So how are we going to infiltrate, in a sense? How are we going to go in? Let's draw up a simulation. Let's do a simulation in a sense.
随分本格的だな。
Yeah.
うちの大浴場は男女ともに露天になっている。
It almost sounds like a spa.
一見容易なようだけどね。空も飛べるこんなご時世だからね。セキュリティは過去破られたことがない。鉄壁だよ。
That's true. I forgot they can fly.
か乱するのは一人では無理だ。だが二人いればどうだろう。
So, in other words, sacrifice a person?
当代最強と呼ばれる僕と芸術的な筋肉がミョルニルと後の世で評価される俺がいれば破れるかもしれないと。いや、でもそうすると日向が足手まといになるか。今回の作戦では置いていった方がいいかもしれないな。
Is this trying to make him feel like, yeah, I don't want to be left behind. I don't want to be left out of their so-called fun.
まあその辺は現場で確認するとして。
I'll keep listening for now. I can always just knock them out when push comes to shove. At least he's not willing to go with just yet. Huh? What's this? My phone's ringing. And the caller is... Madoka? Oh, what's up?
今どこ？
Huh? Oh, why the sudden question?
どこ？
In the dojo. Where else would I be?
うちのお兄、そこにいる？
Okay, I was not expecting this. Want me to hand him the phone? Actually, just call him directly if you want to talk to him.
いやさ、なんかすっごい予感がして。
Ah. She anticipates his stupidity, I guess you could say. Meaning?
うちら今からお風呂入るとこなんだけど、覗きに来たりしないよね。
Of course not. She's got a powerful sixth sense.
そっか、そうだよね。新藤部長もいるもんね。
Exactly. If only she knew he was the one who came up with the idea.
もし何か暴走とか起こりそうだったら止めてね。
No need to tell me that. That's already my plan.
頼りにしてる。じゃあ寒くなってきたからそろそろ着るわ。
Cold? Madoka, where exactly?
ほいほーい、洗足禁止。セクハラになるやん。
I really don't see how that makes any sense, but I get the picture at least.
そんじゃね。
Yeah, later. And with that, I lower my phone from my ear as Madoka hangs up. Oh, wait. She's still on the line. Ah. What's wrong? You forgot to say something? No, I think she forgot to hang up. No reply. Okay. What's that sound?
まどかちゃん遅い。ごめんごめん、先に体洗うね。
I can hear a familiar voice through the phone, though it is kind of fuzzy. Which means Madoka forgot to hang up. Oh well, not like it matters, I just have to hang up on my end. Sure, I kinda wanna keep listening, but it's not worth the risk.
しかし今日の練習はハードだったね。
Hmm?
あれは鬼だよ鬼。爽やかにド S だね。砂浜っていつもあんなきつい練習してるの？
We're really in the practice.
いえ、あんなのは初めてくらいでして。
Not that I expected it to be indifferent, but it appears making them practice fundamentals after everyone was already exhausted from practice matches wasn't the most popular decision. Their extremely valuable, unfiltered impressions inadvertently make me keep listening.
まどかはいつまで髪洗ってんの？
Okay, so yeah, this will be filtered, I guess you could say. It's gonna be pretty difficult to do the one at the bottom, but I'll see what I can do.
髪にくっついた塩が残ってる気がして。いやもう髪切ろうかな。髪が長いと大変だ。なんで人事みたいなのよ。しかも綺麗だし。
ほんと、美咲先輩の髪の毛って綺麗ですよね。
そう？ありがとう。はあ、すっごいくびれ。なんか早くも違うとこ見てない？
気にしてたらこんなとこ一緒にいられないから。は
あ、でもいいお湯だね。
作りも学園の施設とは思えませんし。露天ってのがまたね。満天の星空を見上げながらって気分がいいもんだ。 旅先開放感。
何もない何もない。せめてうちにもシャワーくらいあったらね。確かに。あんたはマネージャーだけどね。リカちゃんはお湯に浸からないの？いえ、なんかちょっと暑そうだと思いまして。リカちゃんって暑いの苦手？猫舌？ちょっと。サトイン先輩。
And adding another one in there.
どこにいても元気ですね。久名浜学院の皆さん、遠路はるばるご苦労様でした。それ聞かなかったっけ？感謝とお近づきの印に私がご奉仕させていただきますわ。あれ？なんか高藤の皆さんが一斉にお湯から上がっちゃいましたけど。いえ、2年生と3年生の先輩だけで1年生は残っていますけど。そう、新入生も合宿は初めてでしたわね。ならばまとめてお相手いたしましょう。まずはそうですわね、一ノ瀬さん、こちらへ。ほう。
Apart from the exchange of voices, I know I hear a door sliding open and shut over and over as more and more students walk closer to the phone.
やっちゃったか、サトイン。1年の初めての合宿だけど、他校もいるから今日はないと思ったんだけどね。いや、あれはあの子なりに心を込めた奉仕なんだからさ。
そうだけど、背中を流してくれるっていうのもわかるんだけど。
ボディタオルさえ使ってくれればね。素手でもびっくりしたのに、自分の体にボディーソープつけ始めた時の衝撃った
ら。あれさ、誰かちゃんとしかるべき教育した方がいいって、サトウインの今後のためにも。
絶対意味分かってないもんね。でも自分がやられた分、被害者を増やしたいという気持ちもちょっとだけあったりして。わかる。あ、一ノ瀬やられたね。
ひなたくん？
Oh. I pull myself away from the phone as Shina-san addresses me.
どうかしたのかい？ずっと電話を耳に当てたまま。
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of like watching a horror movie. No, forget I ever said anything. Quietly end the call. So, what about the peeping?
それだが、やはりやめようということになった。卑劣な行動は許されんからな。
Okay, I'm actually surprised they did. So, in a sense, only us viewers, or only us were able to see, in a sense. Okay.
ほら、青柳くんがちょっと本気になりかけてきたからさ。
Glad you came to your senses. In any case, I should forget everything I just heard. Time for bed. All the guys lined up their sleeping bags earlier. Since the players are rather tired, there's no chatting going on either. Seems like they're all out like a light. It's probably better if I don't think about why these two chose to sleep next to me. Better them than strangers, I guess. Okay, it's time. I get up. Everyone's exhausted because of all the hard work they put in earlier. I usually try to make time for this, so it's nothing new, but I can't deny that watching them has me extra motivated. However, it isn't something I can do in a confined space. Guess I'll head outside for a bit. Shino-san would probably get in a lot of trouble if something goes wrong on the school grounds. Guess I'll go somewhere else. Though, I guess me wandering off by myself in the middle of the night is actually more of a problem. Well, whatever. It's fine as long as I don't get caught. Fly. With that, I head off into the night sky, making sure to be as quiet as possible. Ah, Rika. And so the night of our first training camp day comes to an end. Interesting. Okay. It's the second day of our training camp. Practice has already begun. However, it's a lot different from yesterday. Everyone warmed up together, but after that, they were split into fighters, all-rounders and speeders for individual practice. And I'm going around checking on each section at different intervals. Right now, I'm looking after the fighters. Oh, and there's also one more different thing that's really different. A new character has entered the field. Minori. Almost like a reporterish type character.
これは試合場でのチェックポイントが決まっている以上、スピーダーは究極的には逃げ切ることはできないって現在の FC 界の通説らしいんすよね。それを高藤は実践しているというわけみたいっす。
Hosaka, was it? So Hosaka Masaya Hosaka. Hosaka Masaya.
みのりんとかみのりーナでもいいっすよ。みのりですから。
Okay, Genki character. Gotcha, Hosaka.
全然分かってくれてなさそうっすけど。
Reminds me of Madoka. Listen, I already know all that. I immediately noticed that when I watched them practice yesterday. There's no need for you to go into detail.
そうかもしれませんけど、ほら、私も今日の取材に備えて下調べしてきたんすよ。
Right, cool. I'm pretty sure this is hi. So do I E. I know that kanji, but I don't know that one. Except she never bothered to ask if it was alright for her to tag along.
ですからこう、記事にする前にコーチの日向先輩に間違いないか確認しておこうかと。
You were using me to validate your info? Well, not like it matters. The name of this article is Minori Hosaka, I think. Apparently she's a freshman at Kunahama's who's in Mashiro's class. Oh, she's from our school. I wasn't paying attention with the uniform, so yeah. Unfortunately for me, she showed up out of the blue at practice this morning. She says she's part of the Kunahama Academy Broadcasting Club. Seems she's heard about the training camp from Mashiro and came to cover it.
ところでコーチ、我が校もファイターが多いのは高藤と同じくデータに基づいた指導の賜物なんすか？
I do not think so because we have limited members and that just happens to be the case. She's right. We have one all-rounder, Asuka, one speeder, Prez, and two fighters, Misaki and Mashiro. She said Takafuji is over 60% fighters, but we're also at a whopping 50%. however. No, I'm just respecting their wishes. It's different in the case of Prez, who was already practicing flying circus before, but others also all just kind of picked a style they liked. They probably all have their own reasons too.
コーチ、本当に仕事してんすか？
Oh, come on, have a little faith. My self-confidence is going to take a hit at this rate.
マサヤ先輩、ちゃんと役目を果たしてください。
Great, now there's a player saying the same thing. Namely, Mashiro.
おっす、真っ白。おっすおっす。
Like I said earlier, the two of them are classmates.
それで何やんの？
Let's practice the scissors.
シザーズ？
The scissors is a flight maneuver that consists of a series of short, quick turns a defender makes towards the attacker as they continue to move forward. Basically, I want you to practice switching positions with the person on your tail. In flying circus, where you score points by touching your opponent's back, you obviously have to avoid getting closed in on from behind. By effectively executing the scissors, you can make an opponent that's closing in on you overshoot. Then you can turn the tables and go for your opponent's back instead. Basically, it's a maneuver that allows you to overturn the roles of the hunter and the hunted.
これ、スピーダー向けの練習じゃないですか？
I think it's more against speeders. What makes you think that?
私たち速度の遅いファイターが追われる立場になることなんて少なくありません？
Or wouldn't we say the same thing for fighter versus fighter and a fighter versus an all-rounder type thing? Not at all.
そうですか？
First of all, you're assuming your opponent is a speeder. Tell me what happens when you're facing another fighter.
ああ。
Yep. Besides,
それに相手がスピーダーでも問題ない。基本的なことだけど、背後につく相手は背中を狙う以上、相手を追い抜くことはできない。ってことは、一度前に出てしまえば、絶対にこの形にはなるってこと。プラス要素として、追う側は前を飛ぶ相手を見て移動するから、どうしても動きが遅れる。そのため、相手の前に進むスピードの方が速くなるってのもあるよね。なるほどです。さすがは美咲先輩。
hey. Mashiro's attitude is just so blatantly different when Misaki's involved, it's a little annoying. Well, whatever. There's also one more thing. Speeders simply aren't suited for this practice. Speeders can't do short, quick turns. Plus, as long as they aren't up against another speeder, there's no reason for them to try to switch positions. Instead, they can fly straight forward and leave their opponents in the dust.
美咲先輩。
And she's not listening.
ちょっと。
At least pretend to listen. We'll set training buoys at intervals of about 3 meters both vertically and horizontally. The ultimate goal will be you slaloming between buoys placed in all directions.
スラローム？
I mean flying in zigzags between obstacles.
どうして最初からそう言えないんですか？みんながみんな先輩と同じことを知ってるわけじゃないんですよ。
Well, sorry about that. Now that the lecture's out of the way, it's time to get to the fun stuff. Try to narrow the angle of your curves to make your turns as tight as possible. The tighter your turns, the faster you can make your opponent overshoot. Plus, it'll help you move faster. The students proceed to fly on after the other. Man, the girl who just started is pretty damn good. Oh, that's Misaki. Unlike her whimsical, carefree personality, her flying is very precise and clean. And she isn't even giving it her all. How much is she holding back? Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more to her than we give credit. At this point, I really want to see her go all out. But how do I make her do that? The next player enters the field as I mull over that thought. She's quite a bit worse than Misaki. Oh, it's Mashiro. Yeah. I can tell she's trying her best, but her movements leave much to be desired. I'm guessing she doesn't have an athletic bone in her body. She really seems to have trouble with any precise movement. Honestly, I always thought she'd make a better speeder. Mashiro, can you come over for a sec? Wait for Mashiro to finish her scissors run, then call out to her. Mashiro lands in front of me as she says that. Right as I'm about to say what I have in my mind, I suddenly stop and think. Is this really the advice Mashiro needs? If she doesn't focus on winning, then my suggestion is totally misplaced. And having watched her so far, it's clear what she really wants. Interesting. Normally when these types of situations come up, I always think of what would be the decision for her and what would be the decision to go against her. This is mainly speaking in situations for route deciding factors. But this one is a bit tricky. Because we thought now, well, as Marcel was thinking, that having her change her playstyle might not be what she wants. But then again, the first choice about Misaki's lack of motivation makes me feel like it's a choice towards Misaki. Whereas the other one would be a choice towards Mashiro. But since this is only a two-choice decision, it's not like you're choosing your route in a sense. It's probably going to play a role in deciding your routes, but both are quite interesting top decisions I would want to ask though. I don't think she would know about Misaki's lack of motivation though. Okay. Let's see. I think I will go with this one. Suggest changing her playstyle. So I want to see what she has to say about it. I decided to suggest changing her playstyle. Listen, don't you think you'd be better as a speeder? Because I sure do. Or has she thought of that herself before already? Okay, never mind. Here she really says, I really don't think that is the case, or I don't think that is true. Oh really? What was that with that moment of silence then? When you say progress, she's talking about flying circus, right? In other words, no. No, we can't. That's the most important part. the whole conversation right now is, to me, saying she doesn't care about Flying Circus. It's all about her trying to get close to Misaki. No, I already know exactly how she feels. I know the reason Mashiro is doing Flying Circus. And in that case, my suggestion is not only pointless, but also detrimental. Got it. I'm sorry, forget I ever said anything.
いえ、先輩結構ちゃんと見てらしたんですね。
Well, he is the coach. Huh? Oh, what do you mean?
はい、二人ともこっち向いて。
Hmm?
はい。
はい、チーズ。
A flash from her camera blinds me.
みのり、今のは何？
いやね、ほら、わかりやすい指導風景の一枚ってことで。
ちょっとやめてよ。そういうの恥ずかしいから。だったら練習の後で私と美咲先輩を撮ってよ。
いや、別にそういうメモリーでもないから。
と、あんまりここにいると美咲先輩に変な虫がくっついちゃうかも。じゃ、まさや先輩、失礼します。
Break your leg out there. With that, Mashiro returns to the scissors practice waiting line.
なるほど、なるほど。
You learned something for your article?
いやー、ツーショットで写真を撮ったのに過剰な反応や抵抗もなくさらっと流されてたということは、コーチと教え子の間に現在禁断の関係は全然生まれてないっすね。
What? Do you write for a gossip rag? What kind of reaction was she fishing for? That little section's finished. After watching the fighter practice, I head over to the all-rounders. This is Asuka. Their practice consists mainly of mock battles and formulating strategies. Eventually, we reach a good stopping point. I wonder where Rika is. She gives off an all-rounder vibe though as well. So I wonder if she's also... Okay, I'll go on to the next group now.
コーチ、ありがとうございました。
なるほど。コーチの名は伊達ではありませんでした。久野浜学院はプレイヤーだけでなくスタッフも。
So she's also an all-rounder. Interesting.
オールラウンダーの皆さん、最後に一枚写真いただきます。お待ちなさい。まだ私の言葉が。笑ってください。はい、チーズ。にー。
Color me impressed. All the girls, including Satouin's son, who had been imposed in this situation a mere moment ago, looked straight out of a glamour shot as Hosaka took the picture.
それじゃあ、ご協力どうもありがとうございました。画像データはちゃんとこちらにも送ってくださいね。
Hosaka quickly catches up to me as I begin to walk away.
さて、最後はスピーダーっすね。
Right.
少数精鋭ってわけじゃないんすよね。
No, I imagine it's based on current trends. Over 60% of Takafuji students are fighters, and another 30% are all-rounders. Okay, well that's actually quite a large amount of all-rounders, and such a small amount of speeders. Interesting. That obviously means less than 10% are speeders. Pretty slim pickings, basically. Like Hosaka mentioned earlier, current flying circus theories state that when you play at highest levels, fighters have an overall advantage. However, that only applies to top players. Yeah, I can see that. It's a good comparison for me is, say, a normal like shooting game in a sense. If you were to have like a ranked game in shooting, there would be low ranks, high ranks. The high ranks always have play a certain way, not all the time, but follow certain methods in their play style. But then the lower ranks, most of the time they're all over the place. It's actually even harder to. It's hard to formulate a plan against low ranked players because they're unpredictable. Fighter is a playstyle that heavily skill based and tactical, and so it's only better at the very top. An inexperienced fighter will immediately be left in the dust by a speeder. I doubt that Takafuji is enforcing playstyles, but considering the fact that it's an environment with many top players, this distribution makes a lot of sense. We also have one speeder at Konohama. I'm talking about Prez, of course. However, he's pretty special, since he doesn't seem to care at all about being efficient. Instead, he focuses on doing whatever he can to put his muscles on display. But anyway, coaching speeders, huh? I feel pretty bummed out.
どうかしたんすか？なんだか途端に憂鬱そうに見えますけど。
Can I ask you something I'm kind of curious about?
お、FC についてですか？いいっすよ。これでも過去まで遡って調べてきたんで。
My question has absolutely nothing to do with Flying Circus, but oh well, not like that really matters. Alright.
バッチこいっす。
Where do you get all that energy from? You're supposed to be a journalist, not a cheerleader.
全然関係ないじゃないですか。
Don't remember saying it had anything to do with Flying Circus. And it also has nothing to do with the reason why I'm slightly depressed. I'm just asking her a question that's been on my mind for a while.
一応断っておきますけど、自分本来はこんな口調じゃないっすよ。
Really?
はい、真剣に報道を志す者として性を意識させる振る舞いは控えようと。じゃないとほら、すぐプロ野球選手と結婚しちゃいますし。
Okay. That's pretty damn sexist, and reported being that informal is more weird than anything. Oh, what? Okay.
敬語が使えない若者みたいに言われるのは心外っす。例えば、
やあ、交代の時間かい。
Hello, Shindo-san. Shindo-san, who has been looking after the speeders so far, greets us. Now that I've come to take his place, Shindo-san is going to attend to the fighters next.
ひなたくんの練習方法、勉強させてもらってるよ。
Same here. There's a lot for me to learn.
お疲れ様です、新藤部長。
Wow. I was about to say who?
ああ、君は保坂くんだったかな。不自由なく取材できてるかい？
はい、急な要請だったにもかかわらず、新藤部長には便宜を図っていただきまして。
いやいや。
Shino-san then looks at me and...
それより例の大丈夫かい？
はい、お任せください。
Why is Hosaka looking at me when she says that? The two of them nod to each other.
それじゃあひなたくん、スピーダーの指導を頼んだよ。
Yeah. Shino-san takes his leave.
ほら、ちゃんと話せてるっすよね。
No, sorry. Something different caught my attention just now.
ああ、そうそう。こっち失礼するっす。
Take his picture, maybe? For Shindo? Hosaka suddenly takes a photo of me.
で、何の話でしたっけ？
Hosaka, you didn't make some sort of deal with Shindo-san, did you? Kinda starting to think she's taking all these pictures of me for something other than the school paper. I have no evidence, but I'm getting chills.
まさか。
Really?
新藤部長にはなぜかコーチの写真を撮れるだけ撮って回してほしいと頼まれてるだけっす。
Yeah. Wait, what? Are you kidding me?
一体何に使うつもりなんすかね。
I don't even want to think about that. Well, I, for one, choose to believe in Shindo-san. I mean, he seems like a stand-up guy. Did you just forget what happened last night? That was a big ha. Hmm?
察するっす。
Quit praying. Why in the world did she just fold her hands?
っていうか、本当に自分の言葉遣いに関しては触れてくれない気っすかね。
What? That I'm not getting the polite treatment, you mean?
いえ、ですから、コーチは取材対象ですから。
Osaka's eyes widened suddenly.
もしかして今自分口説かれてるっすか？
This character's all over the place. You wish. Rika. Huh?
どうでもいいですけど、そろそろご指導ご鞭達を賜れ
Oh,
ると
she's
嬉
a
しい
speeder.
のですが。
Interesting. I didn't take her for a speeder. Okay. We'll save it for next time. Interesting episode. Unfortunately, I have to edit a lot, unfortunately. If it was just... the problem I had with the beginning was... if it's just a solid image with nothing else going on, then I'm fine with it, because it's just a slap-on edit. Perfectly fine, easy to do. But when the text box goes like this now and then, which was hiding one thing, starts doing this, and I have to keep doing the one part. Then with an added character as well, and then with her appearing randomly in the front, yeah, that's still all over the place. But yeah. As for the episode itself, it was alright. Introduced a new character. It's a little bit more information regarding the Flying Circus, specifically for Takafuji. And a bit more of a little bit more information towards Mimashiro. I guess also Misaki as well. We knew she was hiding something, but there definitely is something in the background. In regards to Mashiro, I don't know. There's also something about her as well. One character we hardly saw this today was Asuka. I only saw her for a few frames, but that was it. Well, apart from the beginning, obviously, as well, but I mean, for the training. Okay. No, well, I didn't expect the beginning to go that way, but I kind of did expect what we did see, so yeah. Oh, yeah, not much else to really say. So what I'm expecting next time is a discussion with Rika, seeing over their training for a bit. I don't think it's going to be too long compared to the other, compared to like the all-rounders and fighters. So I don't think we're going to stay here for too long. Then it might be the end of the day as well for this one. Let's wait and see. Anyway, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought. I'll see you all next time.